Clara and Annetta, very young, worked in a commercial company in a German city, Germany. They were not linked by deep friendship, but by simple courtesy. They worked alongside each other every day, and an exchange of ideas could not be missing. Clara declared herself openly religious, and she felt the duty to educate and remind Annetta, when she proved to be light-hearted and superficial when it came to religion. They spent some time together, then Annetta got married and left the company. In the autumn of that year, Clara spent her holidays on the shores of Lake Garda. Towards the middle of September, her mother sent her a letter from her hometown. Annetta has died. She was the victim of a car accident. They buried her yesterday in the Waldfriedhof. The news frightened the good young lady, knowing that her friend had not been very religious. Was she prepared to stand before God? Dying suddenly, how would she have found herself? The next day she listened to the Holy Mass and also received her communion in her suffrage, praying fervently. At night, 10 minutes after midnight, the vision took place. Clara, don't pray for me. I'm damned. If I tell you and I tell you about it at some length, don't think that this happens in the name of friendship. We don't love anyone here anymore. I do it as if I were forced. I do it as a part of that power which always desires evil and works good. In truth, I would like to see you two arrive at this state, where I have now dropped anchor forever. Don't be annoyed by this intention. Here, we all think like this. Our will is petrified in evil, in what you call evil. Even when we do something good, as I am now opening your eyes to hell, this does not happen with good intention. Do you still remember that 4 years ago we met in a city in Germany? You were 23 years old at the time and you had already been there for half a year when I arrived. You got me out of some trouble. As a beginner, you gave me some good directions. But what does good mean? I praised your love of neighbor. Ridiculous. Your help came from pure coquetry, as I had already suspected even then. We don't know anything good here. In none. You know the time of my youth. I'll fill in some gaps here. According to my parents' plan, to tell the truth, I shouldn't even have existed. An unfortunate thing happened to them. My two sisters were already 14 and 15 years old, when I was tending to the light. I had never existed. If only I could destroy myself now, escape these torments. No voluptuousness would equal that with which I would lead my existence, like a dress of ashes, which is lost in nothingness. But I must exist. I must exist like this, as I made myself, with a failed existence. When father and mother, still young, moved from the countryside to the city, both had lost contact with the church. And it was better that way. They sympathized with people not connected to the church. They met at a dance meeting, and half a year later they had to get married. During the wedding ceremony, so much holy water remained attached to them that their mother went to church for Sunday Mass a couple of times a year. She never taught me how to really pray. She exhausted herself in the daily care of life, even though our situation was not difficult. Words like Mass, religious instruction, church, I say with an unparalleled internal repugnance. I abhor all this, just as I hate those who go to church and all men and all things in general.